Hey guys, welcome back to another Sorted George Garage with me, Julian. Just a quick video for you. We're going to be bench testing a Mopar Alternator. Banging. Right guys, the tools that you're going to need today is a car battery, some jumper wire, 2 lengths, your multimeter, obviously the alternator that it is that you're going to be testing, and a socket. Right, now what's happened is that it appears that the alternator is not charging the system in the 72 New Yorker. I've been doing some tests with obviously the multimeter on the back of the alternator on the field terminals, just to test whether or not it is either the alternator or it's the voltage regulator. At the moment I am siding on the alternator. If you want to check out this cheeky little link here, you'll see the testing of the alternator that's on the car at the moment, and you'll see why it is that I believe it's the alternator that is at fault and not the voltage regulator. Anyway, back to the plot. On the back of the alternator, you've got 2 field terminals, okay, and these connect to the voltage regulator. Now, basically, the voltage regulator is actually an earth system, not a positive system, as it were. And basically, what it is that the voltage regulator switches on and off constantly, pulse, so that the alternator can charge the battery. If the voltage regulator isn't working, then you're not going to get a charge in the battery, and there are ways to find out whether or not the alternator is working or not. Like I say earlier, check out the cheeky little link up there and you'll be able to see why it is I think the alternator's gone and not the voltage regulator. So what we're going to do in the test, we are going to obviously use the 2 test wires that we've got, one from negative, one from positive on the battery. Doesn't need to be connected to any car to do this, so that's fine. And basically what I've done on the other side is just put 2 female spade terminals, and they will go on the field 1 and then on the field number 2, as it were, with the other wire. And then I shall just hook up the multimeter. This is the charging wire that goes direct like through the what do they call it, fusible link, etc. And then obviously I'll use the other end of the multimeter just to ground to the alternator. So right, let me just get this set up and I'll be back with you. Sorted, George. Right, before I do that, I wanted to show you the front. Now, this particular alternator hasn't got a nut for me to put a socket on. So what I've had to do, I've had to find one that is almost there. This one is a 1.25 inch, and it just slides on and off over this end of the pulley. So what I've done, I've put a bit of gaffer tape on the end, just so that that will sit on there nicely, he says, so that it will turn without slipping. All right, so I've put that on there. Don't worry about the little connections. So now what we'll do is we will put the positive side of the multimeter on. Oh, I'm sorry, kick the camera. We'll put the positive side of the multimeter on where the wire goes out from the fusible link. The negative side just goes straight to the body. Now that is going to be nice and easy to turn at the moment because the field is not energized. Okay, so now on the 2 terminals on the rear, doesn't matter where they go, one slides onto one slides onto the other. Get it, there you go, that's on there. Now that, there you go, that's a bit more difficult to turn now because it's energized. So we've now, yeah, look, you can see the multimeter. Hang on a minute, I'm going to move you over. The multimeter started, there you go, she started to go up. So what I've got is just my battery drill. I'm going to shove that in the end, like so, and twist. Watch the multimeter go. There you go. She works. Now, as you saw in the video, what was happening, if you've gone over to watch the video, the alternator that is in the car will only go like to 12.5. It won't actually charge above that. So that's why I think it's the actual alternator and not the voltage regulator. And just as a bit of a bonus footage for you guys, if you want to check out how to test an alternator in the car, check out this cheeky little link up in your top right hand corner. I've already changed over the alternator. This is the one that was in the car that wasn't working. I've rigged it up exactly the same, and you'll see now when I turn this with the drill, watch the multimeter, there's hardly anything there at all. There you go. Putting out a volt, and that's about it. Not a lot. So I was right, it is a duff alternator. Sorted, George, banging. And there it is, and that's how you bench test a Mopar alternator. Nice and simple. How long was this video? Couple of minutes? Jobbed. Sorted, George. Thanks ever so much for watching, guys. I do appreciate it. Like, share, hit the subscribe button if you wouldn't mind, because that'll help this channel grow. And I'll see you on the next one. It's Sorted George Garage. Banging.